I'm Doraine, and we're here today for a restorative class. The goal in a restorative class is that our muscles don't work. They relax, they're supported, and you're thinking about being at rest. Generally, we use a lot of props when we do a restorative class, but I've made this class today pretty simple so that if all you have at home is a blanket or towels and a strap, that's all you will need. So I have 2 blankets. You can use a yoga blanket. You can use like a throw that you might put on your bed. You can actually use 2 nice big towels. And I like to sit up on one, and then we'll use the other one as we move through the poses. So sit in a comfortable seat, and if you're not comfortable being in a seated position on the floor, you can open one leg, you can open both legs, you can bring your soles of your feet together, whatever you need to do in order to be comfortable. And if you would prefer to be in a chair for this beginning warm up, that's perfectly fine too. Find your breath. Let your eyes close, let them be soft. Feel the breath moving in and out of your body. Let yourself have a moment to arrive here for this class. Let go of the things outside. And you may open your eyes, or you may choose to let your eyes remain closed. We're just going to lift our arms up. Nice and tall, maybe touch the palms over your head and then come back down. And just go up. Inhale as you come up, exhale as you come down. See if you can time the movement to your breath. And the next time you come up with your hands, pause at the top. We're going to take one hand down and lean to the side. Just lean and stretch. Just notice if that opposite sitting bone wants to pop up. And just notice we're not forcing anything today. If it wants to come up, you can let it. Just stretch through your arm and then up and over to the other side. Maybe you pulse in and out, just small pulses, nothing big. Allowing the body to begin to move. And then come up with both hands, and let's come to a twist, just a simple twist. And once you're here in this twist, just turn your head side to side. And bring your arms up and come down the other side. Once you're in the twist, you might play with reaching your elbow out. Notice how that changes things. Or you can turn your head again side to side. And come back center. Bring your hands to your knees. Let the belly hollow, the spine round. Think about your tailbone reaching forward toward your heels. And then lift up, arch the spine, lift the chin, stretch the belly, and round. Lift up, One more round. And lift up. We are going to start today with a rolled blanket. So whatever you have, whether it's a blanket or a towel, you're going to open it until it's about the size of a towel. Lay it on the floor in front of you and start to roll the blanket until it's, maybe 3 or 4 inches. So you're probably not going to roll it all the way. And you're going to put it at the top of your mat. I'm facing a wall. We are going to use the wall for legs up the wall later on. If you're in a house that doesn't have a lot of wall space, you just close a door and use the door. Just make sure it's closed securely. So I'm going to have my feet towards the wall, but not touching the wall in this position. And then the blanket is going to come, when you lie down, it's going to come about right there. So the bottom of your shoulder blades. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can go grab the strap off of your bathrobe. We'll be fine. All right, so you're going to lie down so that the round part of the blanket is right at the base of your shoulder blades. And then you're going to open your arms. They can be out in a T, they can be cactus arms, they can be on your belly. But I want your armpit and where the arm comes out of your body to be above the roll. And if this roll feels like it's too much of a back bend, then you hop up and pause and just unroll it a little bit. If it feels like it's not enough, then you just sit up and roll it a little bit more. So you will remain in this position. I'm going to roll up so that I can see where we're going and what I need to tell you. We will hold these poses for a fairly long period of time, probably 6 to 7 minutes. And the goal is that you are comfortable enough in the pose that you can be still and relax. Because as you stay in the pose for the length of time that we're here, your body will open. It will soften into the position that you're holding. If you're uncomfortable, make whatever adjustment you need to make so that you can be relaxed. As we go through our practice today, I'm going to use a poem by Denise Levertov as our theme as we move from pose to pose. So here in this back bend, very gentle back bend, I will read you the poem and let you reflect for a moment. It's called The Avowal. As swimmers dare to lie face to the sky, and water bears them, as hawks rest upon air, and air sustains them, so would I learn to attain free fall and float into Creator Spirit's deep embrace, knowing no effort earns that all-surrounding grace. I will pause for moments of silence and stillness, so don't think you've lost sound. Every now and then I'll come back to remind you that I'm still here. Simply allow your body to open. Feel the breath moving within you. Feel the openness of your heart in this position. The openness in your chest. Breathe into that space of your heart. If you feel uncomfortable in your low back, you might bend your knees and put your feet on the floor. Now to come out of this pose, bend your knees, put your feet on the floor, roll over to one side, and gently push with your hands to lift yourself up. Once you're up, take a moment, maybe find some rounding in your spine. You might move back and forth through that movement we just did in the warm-up. Now our next pose is a supported bridge. So you can unroll this, fold it in half, and in half again until it's more like a hand towel shape, but it has a little bit of height to it. And you can use the other blanket for your head, fold it as much as you like or as little. And you're going to come down onto your back. And knees are bent, feet on the floor. And you're just going to lift up, pull that little bit of blanket underneath you. Pull it up so that you feel it on your low back. And your sitting bones are kind of folding off the far side of the mat. Your legs will stay bent, your feet will stay on the floor. If you feel like you're having to work to keep your legs upright, this is where you could pull your belt in. And if you have a yoga belt, then you could loop it. If you have just a regular belt, then you just tie it. Just a gentle little tie that will keep your legs there. Arms can be out to the side. Again, they can be at a T, or they can be face down on your belly. Find your breath here. This is a very simple back bend in the lower part of your back. It's It's not a big one because we have just one blanket. We're not using a bolster today. So feel the weight of your shoulders. Maybe you open your arms, palms up, and take a moment and tuck your shoulder blades up underneath you just a little more. And notice how that feels in your body. Find your breath. Feel the support of the floor. Notice where you might be holding tension. Soften your jaw, soften your shoulders. Come back to the very beginning lines of this poem. As swimmers dare to lie face to the sky, and the water bears them. Do you have a memory of being in water, floating, being held by the water? Let yourself remember. Let yourself feel the rest, the security of being in that place. The sun may be shining down on you. Let your heart open to this idea that something is holding you. Something is bearing you up. Easy breath. Soften your face. Open your throat. Feel your belly rise and fall with the breath. And rather than coming up out of this pose, we're going to move right into the next one with this same setup. So from here, take your feet and move them over towards the left side of your mat, and then lift your pelvis and just slide over to the left side of your bolster. And your head and your shoulders stay about in the same position. Then bring your knees one at a time up into your chest. And you're going to roll towards that empty side of the blanket. Let your knees rest. Let your feet rest. Try not to bring your heels back towards your buttocks. Reach them out a little farther. The bottom hand can turn up. The top hand rests on your waist. Thumb and fingers toward your belly button. Feel yourself safe. And then lift your head and turn so that your face is toward the ceiling. Or you could just roll your head, depends on how you're positioned. And now feel that top shoulder heavy. It's supported on your waist. And let each exhale, maybe it brings that shoulder down 1/4 of an inch with each breath. Allow the body to open as slowly as it needs to. If you discover that your elbow has come all the way to the floor, then you're welcome to take this hand off your waist and just unbend your elbow. So you're not moving your arm, you're just unbending. Feel your breath. Feel this twist in your spine. And you still got just a little bit of a back bend happening and just a tiny bit of an inversion happening. So a lot of things in this simple little pose. Let your body, let your attention rest on your body. Feel where you're touching the floor. If at any point you get uncomfortable in a pose, you're always welcome to come out of it and just come to a resting position on the mat. Now as you exhale the next time, just bring your feet back to the center, bring your knees up, Square yourself up on the mat. Feel like you're mostly back in the center of your blanket. Take a few breaths here. Then walk your feet over to the right. Lift your pelvis and shift it over to the right side of your blanket. Bring your knees into your chest and roll towards the left. That right hand comes to your waist. Take your feet away from your glutes. Notice if anything's uncomfortable, if you need to shift just a hair, do that little adjustment. Turn your face toward the ceiling. Feel your breath. If your shoulder or your elbow doesn't go very far toward the floor, don't worry about it. That's not necessarily the intent. The intent is, can you find comfort and rest and any little bit of opening here? You probably feel some low back, upper hip on that upper side. You might feel the twist in your spine. Just acknowledge what you feel. Find your breath, use it. If what you're feeling is simply release and not discomfort, or maybe it's not a lot discomfort, and you simply use your breath to help you be here and soften. Feel how the torso moves as you inhale and exhale. A few more breaths here. On your next exhale, bring your feet back to the mat, roll back onto your back. Square yourself up. You might need to bring your feet in just a little closer to lift up enough to pull the blanket out from under you. And rest right here. Then bring your knees into your chest. Gently rock side to side. And bring your feet to the floor. Roll to one side. Take a breath or two. We're not in a hurry. Hands to the floor and press yourself up. Now take a moment just to feel upright. Let yourself adjust to the shift in gravity. And our next pose is legs up the wall. If you would like to do this with a little bit of lift, then you can put your blanket, but usually about 4 or 5 inches from the wall. The belt is helpful here, just so that you don't have to work to hold your legs up, hold your legs together. So you could either tie it or do the loop thing with the yoga belt, if that's what you're working with. And you just want it around your calves. So we're just gonna tie this in a little knot, little bow. And I'm gonna wrap it behind and tie it again. Okay, so to come into this pose, and you do not have to do it this way, you can come and sit right on the edge of your blanket. So I'm on the left side of the blanket, but I'm on the right hip, and I'm gonna bring my right hand down, and then I'm just gonna roll up. If that doesn't work, you are welcome to get here any way that works for you. Once you're here, again, notice if the blanket is in the right place, and if you don't like the blanket, you just bend your knees and lift up and pull it out. If you want to get closer, you kind of walk yourself to the wall. If your hamstrings are tight, you might want to be away a little bit. And the blanket also releases some of the tension on the hamstrings because you're at a little bit of an angle. So once you're here and you're settled, figure out where you want your hands, how far or how close you want to be to the wall. And then find your breath. I'm going to come out of the pose for a moment, but you just stay right there. Feel the breath. We'll come back to our poem. As hawks rest upon air, and air sustains them, so I would learn to attain free fall. In this position, with legs up the wall, feel what sustains you. What holds you? Feel that sense of falling, free falling, knowing that the air is there to hold you, to catch you, sustained by the world around you, by this creator spirit that she's talking about. Whatever that means for you. Feel the falling down your legs, the sense of the fluids inside your body, pooling in your belly. If you start to feel strain in your legs, you could slide yourself back just an inch or two. You can also bend your knees and put your feet on the wall. This is a small inversion, which means that your feet are higher than your hips are higher than your heart is higher than your head. You may not be completely in that alignment, but simply recognize how this feels to be upside down and yet held, sustained, secure. Safe. If your legs are still up the wall, bend your knees, put your feet on the wall. If you want to take the belt off right here, you can. Or you can stay right here in this spot, just feeling the difference as we ease down. If you've taken the belt off or didn't have it on to begin with, it feels really nice to bring your knees wide, feet still on the wall like you're in a squat. I like to prop my hands on my knees so there's support there. Just feel this opening. Notice what might have tightened up. Soften your face. Soften your eyes, your throat. Just feel the openness here. And then bring your feet together, your knees together. Roll over to one side. Take a moment, and we're going to a supine Tadasana. So you're welcome to come all the way up, or you can just scoot yourself back until your feet are on the wall. You might want a blanket under your head so your feet are touching the wall. Maybe you can take a moment and scoop your tailbone down towards your heels and then put your feet back on the wall if you had to move them. Arms open, palms to the ceiling. Find your breath here. Bring your attention to your heart and notice what is there. Feel the security here. The feet pressing into the wall, supported by the wall. The body held by the ground. Now feel everywhere your body is touching something. The toes, the bottoms of your feet, on the wall. Where does the back of your leg touch the floor? The back of your pelvis. Where do you feel the back body, the rib cage, touching? In the back of your arms. Maybe you feel the back of your neck touching the blanket. The back of your head resting. Now, if your arms are out, bring your hands to your belly. Notice what shifted. Bend your knees one at a time. Put the feet on the floor. Roll to one side. Take a couple of breaths. And very slowly make your way up. Take a moment to breathe. We have one more pose before we come to Shavasana. It is Supta Padangusthasana, which is a supine bound angle position. So place your blanket for your head at the back of your mat. Grab your other blanket and you're going to unfold it again to that towel length. And you're going to roll it all the way up, all the way closed. Bring the soles of your feet together and you're going to place the blanket on top of your ankles and then wrap it so that your legs are supported. You can even pull it in if you need a little bit more. And you're going to make your way to, actually I like to put hands on the floor, lift the pelvis and scoop the tailbone towards the heels and then come down. Adjust the blanket behind you for your head. Arms can be wherever you want them. They can be out, open. They can be closed on your belly. They can be on your heart. One on your belly, one on your heart. You find what works the best for you. Make sure that your knees, legs are supported. The goal is not to get the knees to the floor. We're not even trying to go there. We're simply letting these inner thighs open very gently. Find your breath. Notice what needs to soften. Where can you let go just a little more? So would I learn to attain free fall and float into Creator Spirit's deep embrace, knowing no effort earns that all surrounding grace. Take a moment, feel that embrace. Feel what has changed in your body as a result of this practice of no effort. Feel the grace that enfolds you. Deep rest. Deep stillness. Now, in order to come out of this, we're going to go from here to Shavasana. So just draw your feet out from underneath the blanket. Maybe kick the edges of the blanket out and pull it up so that it's underneath your knees. And if that's not enough support under your knees, then you can lift up and just fold the blanket in half, and it will be a little bit more if you need more. And then settle yourself into this Shavasana pose. We'll take about 2 minutes here. In this neutral position for our bodies. Notice if there's any place left that's holding tension. Can you take your exhale to that place and use it to help release anything that might be left? When you're ready to move, bend your knees. You can just push the blanket out of your way. Roll to your side. Take a few breaths here. We always want to come gently out of a restorative practice, not rushing. When you're ready to come up, press yourself up to seated. If you like the blanket underneath you, just pull it over, sit up on your blanket. Take a moment to feel the quiet within, the stillness. And we'll close with one last time through this poem. As swimmers dare to lie face to the sky, and water bears them, as hawks rest upon air, and air sustains them, so would I learn to attain free fall and float into Creator Spirit's deep embrace, knowing no effort earns that all-surrounding grace. Bring your hands to your heart. Take an easy inhale and bow forward with a grateful heart. Namaste.